Hi, welcome to today's Vinyasa flow. For today's practice, you're going to want 2 blocks and a strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, you are welcome to use a towel, a scarf, or you can absolutely make do without it. You're going to want to bring whatever you're using with you and then start in a reclined position. Soles of the feet press into the mat. Hips, shoulders, head, all supported here. And then walk your feet a bit wider so the edges of your feet are on the mat or even off. And allow your knees to knock in. Hands can rest on your belly or down by your side. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here. Eyes soften or close. Just allowing your breath to settle. Give yourself one more breath here. Then bringing your knees to point back up towards the ceiling. Heel toe your feet back into hip distance. Then taking your strap with you. Unroll it here. Right knee hugs into your chest. And then bring the strap over either the arch or the ball of your foot, wherever you feel more stable. Pressing your heel up towards the sky, slightly flexing your toes towards your face. Now you can stay right here. If you're not using the strap, hands can come behind your thighs. And if it feels okay, you can extend your left leg long. Again, finding what works best for you. Gentle pressure here. As you increase a little sensation, hugging that leg a bit closer towards your body. Give yourself about 2 rounds of breath right here. When you're ready, right leg falls towards the right. So you might allow your leg to hover just above the floor. It might be at a bit more of a diagonal. Whatever works better for your body. Breathe here, keeping tension on the strap. If you notice your left hip starts to lift quite a bit, bring that sole of the foot to the mat, helping to stabilize you. One more breath right where you are. And then come back to center. Sole of the foot towards the sky. Bend left foot and plant it. If it isn't already there, then bend and release your right leg. Can give yourself some windshield wipers here, side to side, knees falling left and right. And then come back to center when you're ready. Left knee hugs into the chest. Strap over the arch or ball of your foot. Extend that leg towards the sky. Again, heel presses up towards the ceiling. So the strap's helping out here, but you're also actively flexing the toes towards your face. Maybe you extend your right leg long. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here, lengthening all across the back of your leg, but not going too far to where we're starting to cause pain or any zinging sensation. One more breath. Then allow left leg to fall towards the left. Again, you might be at more of a diagonal. Maybe that foot hovers just above the mat. Keeping your right hip anchored. Maybe you can do that with legs extended. Maybe you need to bring that right sole of the foot to the mat for a little stabilization. Find what works for you. Breathe here. Next, inhale, come back to center. Right sole of the foot plants if it's not already there. Left knee into chest, and you can set that strap off to the side of the mat. Hug both your knees into your chest for a moment. And then give yourself some knee circles here, going one direction first. Rolling out that low back. And then the other direction. And pausing as you come to center. A few rock and rolls to make your way to a seated position. Whichever leg you prefer in front. Actually, I should say, you're opening either way. So bringing your heels out nice and wide, toes gently flex up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Then exhale, fold forward. Now this might feel a little tight in your hips here as we're starting practice. You can always bring a block under your forearms, but coming just as far as works for your body. Give yourself about 3 rounds of breath here, staying anchored through your sit bones, allowing the upper body to be heavy. One more moment. Then press your upper body out of the shape and make your way to a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. On an inhale, drop your belly and lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, cow, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat, round your spine. Give yourself 2 more rounds here, working at your pace of breath, adding in any side stretches or any other movement that feels good for you. We'll pause next time you come to a neutral spine, long back of the neck, so nose points towards the floor. Then extend right leg long behind you, flexing your toes here, engage your glute and core. Next breath, right foot steps outside of left, gaze back towards your extended heel. Giving yourself a moment. Look back between the hands, neutral neck, then bend your extended leg, sink your hips back, half cow face, half child's. Getting into the outer hips here with a little stretch. Hips might sink between the heels, or maybe you stay hovering above. Wherever you are, 1 more round of breath. Press back to a tabletop. Left knee plants, right leg unwinds, and then right foot steps between your hands. Taking your blocks here on either side. Inhale, arms lift for low lunge. Giving yourself just a bit of time here as you engage your glutes, core is engaged. Then hands come down to the blocks. Back toes can tuck or untuck. Sink your hips back for half splits. So goal here is hips are squared towards the mat. That might mean you pull your right hip back just a bit. Then we'll pulse between those shapes. On inhales, flatten the front foot, hips press forward. Exhale, hips sink back, toes point towards the sky. Give yourself a few rounds here, working at your pace of breath. We're doing quite a bit of hamstring work here, so be gentle with yourself as you ease into it. Sinking your hips down just as far as feels good. Great way to warm up those hamstrings and hips. On your next breath, or I should say next time you come to that low lunge position, pause right there. Hands come to the mat, and then step back for tabletop. You can shift the blocks out of the way for just a moment. Extend left leg long behind you, toes are flexed. Then left foot steps outside of right. Gaze back towards your right heel. Rather your left heel, I guess. Here for a moment. Look back between your hands, neutral neck. Bend your extended leg. Sink your hips back, half cow face, half child's. Weight is sinking towards your heels, even if your hips don't quite get there. Give yourself a bit of time. Next breath, right knee plants, left leg unwinds, left foot between your hands. Setting up your blocks here first, then arms lift. In this first round of low lunge, notice we're not sinking forward, but we're centered, I guess, over that standing knee. Then as you're ready, hands come to the blocks. Tuck your back toes if that helps you stabilize. Find half splits. Same here, so find your shape. Maybe that left hip has to pull back just a bit. Then start working with your breath. Inhales to rock forward, hips can press forward. Exhale, sink back, half splits. Give yourself a few rounds here. I prefer in half splits to keep my heart pulling towards my toes. So I'll show you here. I'm not rounding into the shape. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but for what we're working on today, keeping your heart lifted helps you find a bit more length. Pause next time we come to low lunge. Hands to the mat. Step back to tabletop. Blocks can go out of the way, still just towards the top of your mat. Walk your hands forward about a handprint. Tuck your toes for down dog. Goal is a long spine, so press into both hands equally. Hips lift towards the sky. Starting maybe with a real generous bend to your knees, then extending to find your pose. Breathe here. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hang heavy. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, engage your glutes, elbows pull down. Inhale to reach. Exhale, cactus. Once more, inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, airplane arms, squeeze your triceps. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, then extend tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. You can add a baby back bend if it feels good. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, airplane arms. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Inhale in plank as you press away from the mat. Exhale, lower to the mat, elbows graze the ribs. Untuck your toes, take your feet wide. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra, elbows stay hugged in. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, press up to your plank, toes or knees. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot back to the mat for downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward. Plank on toes or knees. Hold here for 3 rounds of breath. Heels press away from you. Belly button pulls towards the spine. Shoulder blades slide away from each other as you press away from the mat. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot back to the mat. Inhale, rock forward to plank, toes or knees. Where do you feel stronger? Press away from the mat. 3 rounds of breath. Nose points towards the mat. Glutes are squeezing together. Belly button pulls towards the spine. Next breath, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hang heavy. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, then extend up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, you can look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, airplane arms. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale for cobra or up dog, heart pulls forward. Exhale, hips up and back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Give yourself a full breath here, pressing into both of your hands as heels reach towards the floor. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot between your hands, crescent lunge. Arms frame the face. Back heel presses away from you. Next breath, straighten your front leg, hands come to hips, hinge forward for pyramid. You can stay here or open your palms towards the floor, engaging your back body just a bit more. Give yourself a moment. Then fold into pyramid, nose points towards the knee, I should say. Hands can rest on either side of that front foot, or bring the blocks in if that front foot feels really far away. One more moment. Bend into your front knee, return to crescent, hands to the mat, step back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands, arms lift for crescent. Back heel is lifted and presses away from you. Generous bend in that front knee. Then straighten that front leg, keeping back heel lifted. Hands come to hips. Hinge forward, flying pyramid. Hands can stay here or open towards the floor, engaging those triceps. Pressing into both feet equally. Then fold forward. Hands come to blocks or mat. Nose points towards the knee. Upper body is heavy here. Full breath. Bend into your front knee, find crescent. Hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, fold, hang heavy. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, full extension. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up, you can look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale to half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale for chaturanga or the mat. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. We'll go through what's called a ladder sequence. So we're taking that same sequence and then just adding on a bit to the end. Inhale, sweep right leg to sky. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, arms lift, crescent. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hands to hips. Inhale, hinge forward, flying pyramid. Maybe you open your palms. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid. Full round of breath here, nose points towards the knee, upper body is heavy. Next, inhale, bend into your front knee, return to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat, and hands to your heart. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, warrior three. Back foot lifts. It can be used as a kickstand or toes extend long behind you. Here for a breath. Next breath, bend into your front knee, return to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hands to hips. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid pose. Full round of breath here. Allow yourself to hang heavy. Inhale, bend into your front knee, arms frame the face. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hinge forward, warrior three. Back toes can hover just above the mat or belong behind you. Wherever they are, point those back toes down towards the mat. Give yourself a moment. Bend into your front knee, return to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round, adding on to that ladder sequence. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, lift for crescent. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hands to hips. Inhale, hinge forward, flying pyramid. Exhale, fold forward, full pyramid. Full round of breath here, nose towards the knee. Back heel is still lifted. Inhale, bend into your front knee, arms frame the face. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, warrior three. Full round of breath here, wobbling and wiggling as you need to. On an inhale, hinge forward. So upper body lifts, left foot hovers, then hugs towards the chest. Standing balance. You can stay right here or left arm reaches back, right arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, step left leg behind you, arms frame the face. Exhale, hands to the mat. Back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hands to hips. Inhale, hinge forward, pyramid. Exhale, fold forward, full pyramid, I should say. Nose towards the knee, pressing into both feet. Next breath, inhale, bend your knees, return to crescent. Exhale, hands to the heart, hinge forward, warrior three. Pouring that weight into your front foot. Back toes are lifted, whatever height is available for you. Give yourself a bit of time here. Allow yourself to move slowly, hinging up, standing balance. Right knee hugs towards the chest. You can stay here or right arm reaches back, left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, right leg extends long behind you, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hang heavy. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Starting to work on that standing balance. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here. I'll go through some options, noticing if you can slow or extend your inhales and exhales. For standing balance, you can use the strap. If your hamstrings are a little tight or you'd like a little extra stability, you can use that here to help hold your foot in standing balance. Or if it's accessible for your proportions, you can bring your peace fingers around that big toe. Totally depends on your body, depends day to day. So setting up with or without the strap. Next breath, hands come to hips, starting that as our anchor point. Lift your right foot off the mat. Standing balance right here. Maybe you bring that strap under your foot. Maybe peace fingers wrap around the big toe. This is pit stop number 1. You can stay right here. Or you can extend that leg in front of you. Maybe you keep a slight bend in the knee. Maybe a pretty generous bend in the knee. Maybe that heel extends, finding full length here. Whatever works for your body today. Very similar to the shape we started practice in. You can stay here or open your right leg towards the side if you're feeling fancy. That is not always available in my body, but play with it. Find if it works for you. One more breath wherever you are. Then slow motion reverse out the same way you got in. Both feet to the mat. Give yourself a few twists here. Releasing however that shape went on this side. We'll try it on the other side. Pressing into both feet equally. Hands come to hips. Shift weight to your right foot. Left foot pulls up for standing balance. Maybe the strap comes under the foot or peace fingers around big toe. As you're ready, play with extending that leg long. You might shift between these shapes here. You might stay with your leg hugged in towards your body. Do your best here to keep your hips under your body. My hips want to shift out towards the right. So notice what's happening. Adjust as you need to. Maybe you play with that left leg coming out towards the side or keeping it pressed in front of you. Give yourself 2 rounds of breath wherever you are. Slowly bend that leg, return to Tadasana. Both feet on the mat, shake it out. Spirit fingers, dance party, whatever you need. We'll meet at a Tadasana at the top of the mat. Both feet root into the floor, palms open by your hips. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, arms reach up, tallest you've been today. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Inhale and plank, press away from the mat. Use your entire exhale, lower to the mat. Elbows graze the ribs, toes untuck. Now you're welcome to take a sphinx here, or if bow sounds good, a little deeper back bend. Heels pull towards your glutes. Hands come to the outer edges of the feet. Inhale here. Exhale here. It's a bit of a false start. Inhale, press your hips into the mat. Feet kick into your hands. Bow pose. Doing your best here to keep your knees tracking behind your body rather than splaying wide. Full breath here, maybe feeling that rock as your belly lowers and expands. And release. Feet to the mat. Create a little pillow here, resting your forehead. Give yourself a moment. I'll guide us through that once more. You are welcome to stay right here if you would like to skip that. You're welcome to take a Sphinx if that would feel better in your body, or join for bow. No right or wrong, finding what works for you. Heels pull towards the glutes if you're joining for bow. Hands come to the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, hips press into the floor, feet kick into the hands. Using that kick here of the feet into the hands to lift the upper body. Full round of breath. Slowly lower down. Legs extend, and this time press back to child's. Knees as wide or as narrow as feels good for you. Arms can inch forward. You can create a little pillow to rest your forehead, or hands back by your heels, whichever shape feels most restful for you. Give yourself about 3 rounds of breath here. When you're ready, lift your upper body out of that shape, sliding heels out from under your seat, and extend your legs long, coming to a seated forward fold with legs together. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge forward, and then fold forward. Goal here is for a heavy upper body, allowing it to soften into the fold. You can bring a little bend to the knees if that feels better for you. Encouraging your inhales and exhales to lengthen just a bit. One more breath. Then press your upper body out of that shape. Soles of the feet come to the mat. You might shift your hips forward and make your way to a reclined position, similar to the start of our practice. First, hug just your right knee into your chest. Then left leg extends long. Hugging your right knee towards your right shoulder rather than towards the center of your chest. Add just a bit of pressure here. Then guide your right knee over to the left side of your body. Recline supine twist. Right arm can be out to a T or a cactus shape. Allowing yourself to soften into the twist. If you'd like a little more stability in your low body, you can bend your left knee so knees stack, or keep that left leg extended long. Breathe here. One more inhale. Come back to center. Both knees hugging into the chest for a moment. Then right leg extends long, left knee stays hugged in. A little extra pressure, left knee towards that left shoulder. One moment here. Then left leg or left knee to the right side of your body. Finding reclined supine twist on this side of your body. Left arm to a T or cactus shape. You can look up towards the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Breathe here. Next, inhale, come back to center. Both knees hug into the chest for a moment. Then tight yogi hug, forehead squeezes up towards the knees. Everything hugs together. And extend into Shavasana. Legs extend long. Arms hang heavy. Allowing your breath to help you soften into the shape. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Bringing awareness back to your breath. If it feels good and is available to you, you are welcome to stay in this place of rest. If it's time to close out your practice, start deepening your inhales and exhales. Add in whatever gentle movement intuitively feels good to wake up your body. You might wiggle fingers and toes, roll out wrists or ankles. And when you feel ready, make your way to a fetal position on either side, pausing there for just a moment before you press up to a comfortable, easy seat. Eyes can stay soft or closed, giving yourself a moment to feel into some gratitude. You showed up today, honored your body with movement and with rest, allowing that importance to sink in. We'll close with a collective breath. Can inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community, and I hope you have a lovely day.